Well, Dr. Miranda Xafa was a chief economic advisor for the Greek Prime Minister Mitsotakis and was a member of the IMF's executive board. She's currently a professor at the Centre for International Government and joins us now live from Athens. Miranda, thanks for joining us. Mr. Tsipras has now requested a third bailout, we understand. Is this serious, or is this just a bit of posturing ahead of the referendum?
Well, nobody knows with Mr. Tsipras. Initially, he had requested a 9-month extension of the program so that he would not have to sign a new memorandum. Now, suddenly, hours before the extension expires, he remembered to request a 2-year program, including an extension of a few days so that he avoids a technical default. But unfortunately, now it's too late to avoid not paying the IMF tonight, because no money will get disbursed on the basis of this flimsy proposal by Mr. Tsipras at the 11th hour.
Yes, this is pretty embarrassing for Greece, isn't it? I mean, it puts Greece alongside the likes of Zimbabwe and Sudan as countries that have defaulted on payments to the IMF.
Sorry, can you repeat the question? There is a lot of noise from the square.
Yes, I was saying this is pretty embarrassing for Greece. It puts Greece alongside the likes of Zimbabwe and Sudan as countries to have defaulted.
Yes, absolutely. It's most embarrassing. And then we have to think about the next day. Would the ECB continue to accept collateral from a bankrupt sovereign?
Absolutely. Now, this latest bailout request is to the European Stability Mechanism, but Germany has a blocking stake here. Is it conceivable, do you think, that Angela Merkel might insist that Mr. Tsipras resign as a condition of any further bailout extension?
She hasn't said that, but she did say that first we have to wait for the outcome of the referendum on Sunday before any decisions are made. But the referendum is a joke. Voters are being asked to vote yes or no on an outdated proposal by the creditors, which is no longer on the table. So it looks like Mr. Tsipras is trying to shift on to voters the blame for the botched negotiations.
Absolutely. Do you think most Greek voters now recognise that this is actually a vote on whether they stay in the euro or not?
I mean, I hope so. My understanding is that the opinion polls show that the vote is slowly shifting toward yes.
Right. And is it your opinion, Miranda, if the yes vote does prevail, that Mr. Tsipras should resign?
Absolutely. There is no way this government can implement an austerity program. It's very different from their own philosophy and their own ideology. I just can't imagine Energy Minister Lafazani selling the electricity company. So they absolutely have to resign. They've made such a mess of these negotiations, and they have plunged the economy into recession.
All right, Miranda Xafa, thanks very much for joining us from Athens there.